I'm using the halogen oven today to cook buffalo wings. What I did is I took 12 chicken wings and I patted them very dry, and then I dredged them in flour with a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and some paprika, although you can use cayenne pepper if you choose. But I want these to be a little bit more mild. And then I put them in the refrigerator on a baking tray for about an hour, which will also help to kind of dry them up a little bit. And then I'm baking them for about 20 to 25 minutes on each side. And then I'm going to go ahead and baste them with the sauce. So we'll see how this turns out. So we are halfway there. The timer just went off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn these over. Get the other side. Oh, they smell really good. And I'm really pleased that they're crisping up. Now some people actually put these on a tray with the sauce already on them, and that's fine too. But I like mine a little crispy, so I like to put them on a rack and let them get crispy first. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all flipped over, and then we'll put it on for another 20 minutes. As you can see, these have cooked up really crispy. Really nice. That's how I like them. And what I'm going to do is let them cool for a few minutes. Now you have a few choices at this point. You can either put them into a bowl or on a baking sheet and just pour your sauce over them. Or if you want it to be a little bit less saturated, you can also baste them. So I'm going to let them cool and go ahead and get my sauce ready. What I'm going to use for sauce is this Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce. It's the buffalo version. And I'm going to pour it into this shallow dish and then go ahead and just lightly dip my wings in it. You can actually just soak it in there for a minute or two, dip it a few times, roll it around, however saturated you want it. As I said before, I like mine a little more mild, so I'm just going to dip them a little bit quickly. You can also baste them. I considered that, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and go with the dipping it. Take one of these out, and I'll show you just how crispy it comes out when it's dredged in a little bit of flour. And you don't have to do that step either. You could just brush them with a little bit of, sorry I didn't have my tongs ready. You can just brush them with a little bit of the seasoning, which would just be a little bit of garlic salt if you want, and cook them that way. But I like to get a nice crisp on them. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this with all of my wings. Get them back in, and then cook them a few minutes on each side, just to get the outside good and crispied on there. All ready to go. And I have plenty of sauce left over for dipping afterwards, but I'm just going to go ahead and put them maybe 5 minutes on each side, and then I'll go ahead and get it ready to serve. So actually I didn't even use 5 minutes on each side. It ended up being about 5 minutes shared, so I just put them in for a few minutes and turned them over. And the purpose for me was just to bake the sauce on it a little bit so it's not so messy. But you could totally skip that step. You could have just dipped them and put them right on a plate and left them all messy like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out and plate them up. So I've gone ahead and plated them, and I have some blue cheese dressing, and there's the rest of the hot sauce. I could have put a little bit of celery in the dressing, but I didn't have any. So this is pretty much just how they come out, the way that I've done them. As I've said, you can do a lot of different variations and different modifications and cook them how you like them. This is how I like them. This is a healthier alternative. Instead of deep frying, I've just oven baked them. So hope you enjoy and that you give wings a try in your halogen oven.